At the beginning of February, I travelled down to the Scottish borders for a packed weekend of ministry at Dumfries Baptist Church. It's a church we've got historic connections with. The pastor there actually preached at mine and my wife's wedding over 20 years ago, but a part of Scotland I hadn't ever been to, and so it was great to get in there and for Solus to partner with the church for an exciting weekend of ministry. And we took our Confident Christianity conference that we've taken all across the country, and we squeezed it into a morning. So I did 3 sessions packed into a Saturday morning and also Q&A, and it was really exciting to see the audience actually. I think the church had hoped for maybe 70 or 80 people. We got more like 140, 150 people, and they were an enthusiastic crowd, and they ranged in age from as young as 15 to up into their 80s. And so many people there really wanting to get equipped to share the gospel with their friends and family and colleagues and neighbours in a way that engages and answers people's questions. And we taught them some practical tools they can use in everyday evangelism. And we took a couple of big issues. We took the whole question of what does it mean to be human? You know, we live in an age that tells us that we are just atoms and particles and molecules, but also in a culture that wants to at the same time say that human beings have rights and value and dignity. And I showed people how those two ideas don't fit, and that actually Christianity answers by far the biggest question of our age. How can we find a basis for human value and human rights? And then we looked at the resurrection, and I showed people how they can really easily defend the historicity of the resurrection of Jesus, that core story, core claim of the Gospels. And then the Q&A was fantastic too. We covered all kinds of topics. And then on the Sunday, I preached on the Sunday morning at the church evangelistically. We took the topic of why I am not an atheist, and really unpacked and preached out of John chapter 1, showing how Christianity can answer by far more easily the big questions of life. Who am I? And what's my value? What's my purpose? And can my life actually make a difference? And what was really encouraging was the church is still starting Alpha in a few weeks' time. Other evangelism courses are available. And they'd already got a good number signed up for the course, but we managed to add to that number, and they've now got 22 people signed up for that course, where people can come and discover more about the Christian faith over a period of time. And what's exciting is so often at the end of that course people give their lives to Christ, so we're hugely excited about the follow-up there. And then in the evening I had the privilege of preaching about Solas and what we do, and interweaving that with Acts 17 and the story of Paul there in Athens, and showing people there are a number of important lessons we can learn from how Paul engaged his culture for how we can engage ours. And what's exciting is that the church was so encouraged by the weekend, they have already asked us rather, to come back in 2022 for a much bigger weekend, to a full-blown Confident Christianity conference with all the trimmings. And so we're really excited that Solus has got a footprint now down there in the Scottish borders. We love building long-term relationships with churches. We're not a kind of ministry that like to do kind of hit-and-run ministry. We love to build relationships with churches that last for years. And so really excited that we've now got a great relationship down there in Dumfries, and excited to be partnering with that church, both to reach the town and help them do that, but also to really equip their people there for evangelism and sharing their faith with their friends.